and insulted the Namgung clan. The moment the guard drew his sword to threaten him, Hein dropped him in one move. All that followed was the man's scream. Even then, Hein yanked him back up and said he'd teach him some manners. Then he started slapping the guard until someone shouted from above for him to stop. That person quickly landed between them. Hein stepped back, but the newcomer didn't plan to let him leave. Hein instantly sensed he used a brutal martial art, so he knew he had to stop him first. With his heavy body, a direct clash against that style was risky. The brutal style boosted explosive power through rotation, and Hein wanted to use reverse rotation to cancel it out. Then he realized the man before him was his old master, and lost focus. This was the sword master from his past life, so Hein knew those movements well. Even so, he still got beaten down. The man realized this fat boy wasn't ordinary when Hein dispersed the force of the explosive lightning mystic fist. As Hein tried to stand, his eyes burned with killing intent. The man noticed and moved toward him, but Hein's subordinates rushed in to protect him. Soon after, Hein passed out again. Only then did the beggar division chief come out of the building and realize the fat boy in front of him was the patriarch's adopted son. He rushed over and shouted, "Who dares harm the chief's son like this?" At once, everyone turned hateful eyes toward young Namgung, who suddenly looked helpless. He looked at his father and in that moment understood everything. He tore up Hyun's information file. It was useless now, and he knew he'd have to face his father's anger. If he weren't Hyun's future-in-law, he'd already be punished. The beggar division chief dropped to his knees to apologize, and the whole mess kept getting worse. Then the beggar told Namgung he should kneel too and apologize. The man before him was respected even by the emperor. Hearing that, Namgung immediately panicked and knelt to beg for mercy. But Hein's father was still furious. Whoever hurt his favorite son would pay with his life. Then Hein walked out the door, looking a little strange. Apparently his sister had forced that hairstyle on him to make him look more handsome. The beggar division chief was stunned to see Hein walking around just fine after taking a blow from Namgung's son. Hein went straight to the Namgung family head and greeted him, then told Namgung's son that he was his uncle, even though he was only 17. Hein had waited for this moment for a long time because this guy had been his master in a past life, so he slapped him again and again. It hurt, but Hyun didn't care. In the future, this man would become the Sword King, one of the 6 saints of the main sect. For now, Hein finally got a little revenge by pinching his cheek and making him call him uncle. Still, he was genuinely happy to see him again. He was so emotional he even cried, though part of that joy was finally getting revenge. "Why are you bullying me?" After that, everyone sat down to talk. Namgung still hadn't figured out how to reject the marriage contract, but Hyun calmly refused it himself. He said he was busy training to save